Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you possibly can. And to do that, you need to come up with the answers that no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. Now, first up, we welcome Keith and Calvin. How do you two know each other, Keith?
Basically, from about since age of 12, we've played cricket together since then for Scotland national teams and all the way up. So that's how we met, and that's how the friendship grew from there.
Oh, so you played for the national team then, have you?
We both travel all over England and stuff like that, playing against counties, second teams and first teams.
So Keith, obviously sport's going to be a very strong suit for you, cricket in particular. Well, imagine if you were bad. Imagine if a cricket question came up and you couldn't get it. Oh, that'd be awkward. But that's not going to happen. What else is going to be good for you?
Maybe the sort of area of films. Watch a lot of film, watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Having travelled with cricket all over the world, there's maybe a few bit of geography, something
Geography's
like that.
going to be good? Yeah, surely.
Hopefully, yeah. It just depends which place, really.
Very good. Anything you're dreading coming up? Anything you particularly hate to see?
Soaps.
Soaps.
I don't think I've ever been in at that time to watch it, like 7 o'clock to go watch it. I was always outside playing cricket. So if soaps come up, my answer is just Rover's Return, and that's just going to be
That'll serve you well, I'm sure. Very good. Well, great to have you on the show, Keith and Calvin. A warm welcome to the pair of you. And next, we welcome back Claire and Rich. You were on the show last time. Everyone, of course, gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Now then, Claire, remind us how you know each other.
We're engaged at the moment. We met through work a couple of years ago.
And, Rich, what happened last time?
Well, we got to the head-to-head, and then knew a couple of the answers but didn't back ourselves and got knocked out, unfortunately.
You did! It was the stills from musicals.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'd seen that musical?
I know. I saw it 3 months ago, but
yeah.
I didn't trust myself.
Now, listen, are you going to trust yourself more now?
Yes.
I've had a word.
You've had a word? Did you really? Very good. Well, best of luck. You made it to the head-to-head last time. Let's see if you can go even further this time. And next, we welcome back Louise and Karen, also on the show last time. Louise, remind us how you two know each other.
Mum and daughter.
Mother and daughter. And Karen, you are from Northumberland.
We are.
Oh.
Your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. Karen, what happened last time?
Oh, worst ever category. Football. First category. Worst possible question.
Dear, oh dear. But that was last time. Today is a new day. Louise, what do you want to see come up today?
Anything science, medically would be brilliant.
OK. What do you like to get up to, Louise? What are your hobbies?
Well, I got engaged last month, so planning an engagement party.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Karen?
We like going out for walks. We've got 2 dogs, so we take them.
What kind of dogs are they?
So we've got a rough collie and a Westie.
Lovely.
So they love Plessy Woods, like places just to snuffle about.
Excellent. Anyway, very best of luck, Louise and Karen. Let's hope we see more of you today than we did last time.
You.
And finally, we've got John and Mick. Now, how do you two know each other?
Granddad, grandson.
Oh, that's nice.
See? Yeah, exactly. Ah, that's lovely. Where are you from, John?
I'm from Bowen, East London.
And how about you, Mick?
From Dagenham.
And what do you like to get up to in your spare time, John?
I read a lot. I like reading. And,
any particular favourite kinds?
Fiction,
right.
mainly.
And Mick, how about you? What do you do?
I'm retired.
Right, you are. And what do you now do with your time?
Not a lot. I watch a lot of TV.
What kind of telly do you watch, or just you're happy to see whatever's on?
I quite like the Discovery channels and those sort of channels.
OK, well, this is all good for Pointless.
Well, it is, but I can't keep it up there, I'm afraid.
Really?
Too old now.
I don't believe that for a second, Mick. OK, well, listen, very best of luck to you. It's great to have you on the show, John and Mick. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as we go along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. His extraordinary genius is matched only by his steely good looks. Guess who's been playing with the autocue again? It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Good pairs on today's shows. Louise and Karen, of course, from Northumberland. You always like it when people are from Northumberland.
I love it when people are from Northumberland.
Because I think people don't realise your connections. I think people think you're Southern. They don't realise that you do actually own Northumberland. And other returning pair, of course, Claire and Rich, who did very, very well last time. She knew pretty much every single answer last show and talked herself out of almost every single one. But she just has a little bit more faith in herself. I think they could go all the way.
Well, thanks, Richard. All our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning the jackpot, our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So basically, the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points they'll score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. And each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £9,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is pop music. It's pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our question concerns US number ones by UK artists. US number ones by UK artists. Richard.
On each pass, I'm going to give you the name of 7 songs that have been US #1 hits. You just need to tell us which band or artist had a #1 with that hit in the States. We'll give you the years as well. Give us a nice obscure answer, you'll score fewer points. Give us a wrong answer, though, that'll be 100 points. It's going to be 14 songs in all, 14 artists to guess at home. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK, now, Keith and Calvin, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. So we are looking for the artists who had US #1s with these hits. And we've got Unbelievable, 1991, Kiss from a Rose, 1995, Holding Back the Years, 1986, The House of the Rising Sun, 1964, Telstar, 1962, Shout, 1985, and I'm Too Sexy, 1992. I'll read those all one last time. Unbelievable, 1991, Kiss from a Rose, 1995, Holding Back the Years, 1986, The House of the Rising Sun, 1964, Telstar, 1962, Shout, 1985, and I'm Too Sexy, 1992. There we are. 7 US #1s by UK artists. Keith, what's the most obscure one you know the answer to?
Kind of know a lot of the songs, but knowing who they're by is it's a bit tricky for me.
Yeah.
I've got a hunch I'm going to take on that Unbelievable was by INXS.
INXS. Calvin's not sure about that.
I'm backing him. If he says it
He's
is,
backing
it is.
him?
Yeah.
He's going to back him. OK, INXS, says Keith. INXS for Unbelievable. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Bad luck, Keith. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. And that scores you the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. Richard.
Sorry, Keith, we're not looking for centuries in this game. It's a shame, but I'll give you the correct answer at the end of this pass.
Unless someone else might know it first. Claire.
I'm the same as Keith. I know I could sing you all the songs, not very well, but I could.
Go on, go on.
But I don't know who they're all by. My mum will be kicking me at home. I'm going to have I could do one which I know will score highly. So I'm going to have a guess and go Kiss from a Rose. I think it's Seal.
Seal. Kiss from a Rose, Seal, says Claire. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Seal. It is right. 45. 45, not bad.
Yeah, good start. That was from the film Batman Forever. 3 of Seal's first 4 albums were called Seal.
Keeps it easy.
Yeah. One of them was called Human Being. That was the other one. Went Seal, Seal, Human Being, Seal.
Anyway, thank you. Louise.
I know the last one, but I'm not 100%. So I'm going to go for Shout, which is Lulu.
Shout. Lulu. Shout, says Louise. Lulu. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Lulu for Shout. No, bad luck, Louise. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you also score the maximum of 100 points. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Louise, the year is the clue there, 1985. I'll give you the correct answer at the end of the pass again.
John, you've got a lot to choose from there. We've got 2 incorrect answers, so actually you've got 6 you can have a go at. Talk us through the board if you like. You're the last person to have it.
I don't know, unbelievable. Holding back the years is simply red. Can't remember House of the Rising Sun. Don't know Telstar. I'm Too Sexy was Right Said Fred. But Shout was Tears for Fears.
Which one do you reckon you're going to go for?
Shout.
Tears for Fears, says John for Shout. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Tears for Fears. Absolutely right. Well done, look at that, 9. Very well played, John. 9.
Yeah, very well played, John. Easily the best answer there. It was their second #1 in the same year in the States for Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World being their first. Let's go through the rest of the board. There's plenty still left. There's some big scorers up here as well. I'm Too Sexy, you were absolutely right again, was Right Said Fred, but would have scored you 55 points, so you did well to avoid that. You're right about holding back the years as well, John. That was Simply Red. Would have scored you 42. The House of the Rising Sun.
The Animals.
Someone do you know? Animals, absolutely right. Would have scored 31. Now, no one seems to be able to get unbelievable. It's not In Excess, but it is initials.
EMF.
EMF, absolutely right. With 12 points. And Telstar is the best answer on the board. It's a pre-1965 song that Mick might have liked. It's by the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes. 3 points that scored. Very well done if you got all 7 of those. And Lulu, of course, did have a hit with Shout, but not a US #1, and obviously a long time earlier as well.
Thanks very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Brilliant score from John there. John and Mick looking extremely strong on the back of that. Then we climb up to Claire and Rich on 45, and then all the way up to 100, where Keith and Calvin and Louise and Karen are. So Calvin and Karen. Whichever one of you can find the best score on the board will save your team. Very, very best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more songs on the board, and here they are. We have got You're Beautiful, 2006, Everything She Wants, 1985, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, 1980, Wannabe, 1997, To Sir With Love, 1967, The Night Chicago Died, 1974, and Money for Nothing, 1985. I'll read those all one last time. You're Beautiful, 2006, Everything She Wants, 1985, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, 1980, Wannabe, 1997, To Sir With Love, 1967, The Night Chicago Died, 1974, and Money for Nothing. There we are. Now remember, we are looking for the UK artists who had these US #1s. And obviously, Mick, you're going to try and find the one the fewest of our 100 people knew. The high scorers, Karen and Louise, and Calvin and Keith are on 100. You're on 9. A score of 90 or less, Mick, and you are through to the next round.
I'm going to take a bit of a punt here. I'm not too certain. To Sir With Love, Lulu?
To Sir With Love, Lulu, says Mick. To Sir With Love, Lulu. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There is your red line, nice and high. Absolutely right, and you are through, Mick. 21. Very well done indeed. 21 takes your total up to 30.
Well played, Mick. Grandfather and grandson making this look very easy indeed. The theme tune to the film, To Sir With Love as well, wasn't released in the UK as a single, as a B-side.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Karen, we now have a game on.
We do.
We need a very low score from you if you're going to survive.
Yes. I know a few of them, but I'm going to have a punt because I need a good answer. So I'm going to go with The Night Chicago Died, Paper Lace.
Paper Lace.
Yeah.
For The Night Chicago Died. Paper Lace. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's no red line for you, as you are the high scorers, joint high scorers. Paper Lace. It's right. Very well done, Karen. One. Wow. 1 for Paper Lace. Very well done indeed, Karen. That takes your total up to 101. Is that going to be enough to save you? I wonder. I think it might be.
That is a brilliant answer, Karen. Very, very well played from 1974. It obviously stuck somewhere in the back of your mind. They actually first came to fame on Opportunity Knocks, Paper Lace, Nottinghamshire band. They were sort of the One Direction of their day,
yes,
if you will.
Yeah.
Had a very big hit in the UK with Billy Don't Be a Hero. That was their biggest one over here. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Rich, The high scorers are now Karen and Louise on 101. You are on 45, which means a score of 55 will keep you in the game. 55 or less. What do you make of the board?
There's two there that I'm fairly confident with, but I think they both will be high scorers because it's the two most modern ones. But I'm going to go with James Blunt and You're Beautiful.
You're Beautiful, James Blunt.
Yes.
OK, there's your red line. If you get below that red line, you are through to the next round. James Blunt, is it right? How many people said it? It's right. You've done it. 33. 33 for James Blunt.
Yeah, well played, Rich. It's actually the first US #1 by a UK act since 1997. Hadn't been one since 1997. Well, compared to 1985, there were 13 in 1 year.
Very good. Thank you, Richard. Now then, OK, Calvin, only a pointless answer will save you.
I think Keith's left me a little bit here. I think we should have went the other way around because I knew a few of the other ones as well that I could have. Right Side Fred was a classic. I still remember the video, but to go a pointless one. I'm just basically going on years. I'm not. I know some of the songs, I know the titles and what they'd go like.
Well, do you want to talk us through the board?
Not really. Well, I'm gonna go for one maybe like Money for Nothing because the year, I'm not really sure when he was about. Maybe Frank Sinatra, that kind of thing. Because obviously the money, something like that. A crazy little thing called Love. I'm sure my grand kind of dances funny to that one. I can see her dancing, but I don't know who sung it or anything like that. And Wannabe, is that? I think it might be the Spice Girls, but obviously that would be too high. But I might just want to get one right and Keith get one wrong, just so I get one right and it's not my fault. So I might go with Spice Girls, Wannabe. OK, Wannabe, Spice Girls, says Calvin. Let's see if that's right. If it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said the Spice Girls for Wannabe. Is right. 50. 50 takes your total up to 150, Calvin.
Yeah, Spice Girls' only US #1, that actually their debut single. The only US #1 single to contain the word Zigga Zig Ha. So that, I like Calvin's honesty, because quite often people kind of go, what people normally actually mean when they get to the end of the round is, I want to get one right because my partner got one wrong.
Yeah.
But no one says it, so thank you for that. It's much appreciated. Let's take a look at the rest of this board. Bit depressing with Crazy Little Thing Called Love for a contestant to go, yeah, sort of thing my gran maybe would like. You think, no. Are we that old?
Yeah, is it that old?
It's by Queen. By Queen. That would have scored you 26 points. Money for Nothing, not Frank Sinatra.
Dire Straits.
Dire Straits, absolutely right. 42 points. And Everything She Wants?
It's Wham.
It was Wham, absolutely right. Their third US #1 would have scored 7 points. George Michael says it's his favourite Wham song. Very well done if you got all 7 of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our first round, the pair with the highest score who'll be leaving us is Calvin and Keith. I mean, that was harsh. I mean, you knew EMF the minute you heard it, presumably.
Yeah, I've heard it many times, yeah.
And you probably knew others on the board that you could have answered. You were just doing the right thing. Sadly, it was wrong. Anyway, listen, Calvin and Keith, good news is we'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much. But thanks very much for playing. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only going to be room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. Try and make sure it isn't you. Well, that round was pretty good. John and Mick, fantastic for you. Great answers from both of you. Louise and Karen, that was a big, big high score from you, Louise. You were saved by your mum.
That's why I brought her on.
What's your tactics going to be for this next round?
Get an answer right would be good.
Karen, yeah, you did some valiant work there.
I did. Have to thank my husband for that one because it's one of his favourite songs. So.
Oh, brilliant. Very good indeed. And Claire and Rich, easy does it, yeah, once again. Very, very solid performance. Well, anything can happen this round. Very best of luck to all pairs. Our category for round 2 is UK politics. It's the one everyone loves. UK politics. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2010 general election parties as they could. 2010 general election parties. Richard?
We're looking for the name of any UK political party that fielded at least one candidate in any constituency in Britain in the 2010 general election. There are over 130 parties who fielded at least one candidate. The only category we won't allow is somebody who stood simply as an independent. If it just said independent, we won't count them.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Rich, what is the most obscure party who fielded a candidate in the 2010 election that you can summon to mind?
I'm struggling, actually, more than the obvious three. But I'm going to say the Green Party, because I think my dad used to vote for them.
The Green Party, says Rich. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said the Green Party. Absolutely right. 65. 65.
Yeah, that's right. And Caroline Lucas became the first Green Party MP in Brighton Pavilion as well.
Thanks very much. Now then, Louise.
Well, politics is not my subject at all. So I'll probably go for one that's going to be quite obvious, or a little bit higher, which is UKIP.
UKIP, says Louise. UKIP. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said UKIP. Absolutely right. 44. Not bad at all. 44 for UKIP.
Yeah, absolutely right. Received over 900,000 votes across the country as well. 3% of the electorate.
Now then, John, not a good subject for you, this one.
I hate politics.
OK.
I'm going to say one I'm probably going to get moaned at for, but I'm going to say the BNP.
The BNP?
Yeah.
Says John, the BNP. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said BNP. 35. Best score of the round so far, 35 for the BNP.
Yeah, fielded over 300 candidates and all of them lost.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 35 for John and Mick, 44 for Louise and Karen, 65 for Rich and Claire. So then, Claire, no pressure or anything, but you're going to have to find a really low-scoring answer if you're going to stay in the game. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we are looking for parties that fielded a candidate in the 2010 general election. Now then, Mick, the high scorers on 65 are Claire and Rich. You're on 35, so a score of 29 or less from you would keep you in the game from here on in.
Well, it's the worst possible subject for me. It's no good giving... I'm going to say the Scottish National Party.
The Scottish National Party, the SNP. OK, there is your red line. Below that red line, and you are already through to the head-to-head. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said the SNP. Very well done, Mick. That's a great answer. 15. Two very, very strong low scores from Mick and John, taking their total up to 50. Richard.
Well played again, Mick. 6 seats, the SNP won.
Now then, Karen. The high scorers remain Claire and Rich on 65. You're on 44. If you can score 20 or less, you're in the head-to-head.
It's not going to happen. All the answers I know has all been said. I've had it. I'm going to have to pick one of the main three. Unfortunately, it's which one is going to have the lowest amount of people. So I'm going to have to go with the Lib Dem. It's the only one I've got.
OK, Lib Dem, says Karen. Lib Dem. Here's your red line. Let's see if Lib Dem is right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. 85. 85 takes your total up to 129, Karen.
Yeah, a big score, but, you know, if you had to go for one of the top three, you know, you had to choose between them, I guess.
Now then, Claire, the high scorers are Karen and Louise on 129. You are on 65. You have to score 63 or less with this answer.
think we'll probably be saying goodbye to us because I know nothing of politics, and the two that I was going to say have gone from Mick and John. I'm going to make a party up, so I'm going to go for the Welsh National Party.
The Welsh
Yes.
National Party, says Claire. Welsh National Party. Rich, what do you think about that?
I think there is one, but I think it might have a different name.
Oh.
I think it might be Clyde Cymru or Clyde Cymru, something like that.
OK, there is your red line, Claire. If you get below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Let's see if your answer, the Welsh National Party, is right. And if it is, let's see how far down it goes. Oh, bad luck, Claire. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. And that takes your total up to an unbeatable 165. I'm sorry. Richard.
Yeah, and Richard's right. Plaid Cymru is essentially the equivalent of the SNP for Wales. The Party of Wales, Plaid Cymru. It means, you know, worth a guess, there's an awful lot of parties here, I have to say. So Scottish National Party got 15, Monster Raving Loony Party, 28.
Wow.
Yeah, fielded 27 candidates, 28 points they got. And then there's the Northern Irish parties as well. Respect, George Galloway's party, would have scored you 9 points. If essentially you voted for an unusual party in your constituency, it will have been pointless. Almost all of the smaller parties were pointless. Let's take a look at a few of them. The Bus Past Elvis Party, run by Lord Biro, of course, who stood in Kettering. The Citizens for Undead Rights and Equality, who are a zombie interest party. That would have been a pointless answer. The Fancy Dress Party would have been a pointless answer, stood in Dartford. But, you know, there's hundreds, mainly sort of single interest parties or local interest parties as well, who stood in various constituencies.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, it's Claire and Rich. You were head-to-head last time.
I know. I was relying on Rich for this round.
But you had Plaid Cymru.
I remembered Respect as well.
Of course.
As a step down.
Well, there we are. It's been lovely having you on the show, Claire and Rich. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you, but thanks very much for playing.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, John and Mick, Louise and Karen. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £9,000. There we are. You are now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The great news is that you can now confer. You play as teams from here on in. So, wow, what a game we've had. John and Mick, you've played so well. You've been our lowest scorers in each round we've had so far, by quite a margin. But Louise and Karen, you've scored over 100 in each round.
We have. Scraping through.
Did you ever think you were going to end up here?
Not at all. Not at all.
Anyway, the good news is you can put your heads together, though, from now on, and that may make it more even. OK, well, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns flowers. Flowers. Richard.
Yeah, we're about to show you 5 pictures of flowers. You just have to give us the general common name for each one, please. Most obscure answer will win the first point.
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 flowers, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. OK, there they are, 5 flowers. Now, John and Mick, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. What are you thinking?
Not too good for us, this one. We're going to say E, and I think it's lupin. I'm not sure.
E, lupin, say John and Mick. E, lupin. Louise and Karen, you can talk us through the rest of the board.
I know them all, but it's which one's going to be the least.
Yeah.
OK, well, do you want to supply the names?
A's an iris, B's a tulip, C's a gladioli, and D's a daffodil.
I think we should go with C.
So we're going to go with C, gladioli.
C, gladioli. So we have E, lupin, from John and Mick. Lupin. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said E was a lupin. Absolutely right. 43. OK. C, gladioli, say Louise and Karen. Gladioli, C. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said gladioli. It's right. OK, so 43 is what you have to beat. Yep, you've done it. Wow, 24. Well played, Karen. Very good indeed. That means after one question, Louise and Karen are up 1-0. Richard.
Yes, well played. Well played both teams, actually. They're the best two answers on the board. Let's take a look at the rest of them. A, you've given us all the answers as well. There's an iris. Would have scored you 54 points. B, you're right again, was a tulip, and that would have scored 83. And D was a daffodil. It's the biggest scorer of all, which would have scored you 93. So you chose the only one that would have beaten John and Mick there.
Thanks very much, Richard. So here comes your second question. John and Mick, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Here it comes. It concerns Blue Peter. Blue Peter. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 clues to facts about the iconic children's TV programme Blue Peter. Can you give us the answers to these, please?
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues to facts about Blue Peter. And here we go. We've got the decade it was first broadcast, the animal which changed from Fred to Frida, the presenter who went on to be Chief Scout, the name of the notorious elephant, and the presenter mother of Sophie Ellis-Bextor. I'll read all of those one more time. The decade in which it was first broadcast, the animal which changed from Fred to Frida, the presenter who went on to be Chief Scout, the name of the notorious elephant, and the presenter mother of Sophie Ellis-Bextor. There we are, 5 clues to facts about Blue Peter. Louise and Karen, you go first.
Right. Please.
Well, then go that one.
We're going to go for the last one. I know one other, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll say Janet Ellis for the last one.
OK, Janet Ellis, the presenter who is the mother of Sophie Ellis-Bextor. OK. John and Mick, talk us through the rest of the board, if you can.
Yeah, all right, we do that.
I've never watched Blue Peter.
Never.
Ever. I think I know 2 of them.
OK, well, you can talk us through both of those, if you like. Just say which one you want.
I think it was first broadcast in the 60s. But I think the animal was changed from Fred to Frida was a frog. So we're going to go for Fred to Frida for frog.
OK, Fred to Frida was a frog. OK, Fred to Frida was a frog. Louise and Karen have said Janet Ellis as the mother of Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Janet Ellis. Absolutely right. 25. 25. John and Mick, you have said that the animal that changed from Fred to Frida was a frog. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it.
Oh, thank you.
Bad luck. John and Mick, I'm afraid, an incorrect answer, which means Louise and Karen. Only 2 questions. You are through to the final 2-0. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, not a frog. It was actually a tortoise. 27 points would have scored, actually. It wouldn't have won you the points, although the other 3 all would have won you the points. The decade it was first broadcast wasn't the 60s, actually, it's the 50s. Been around a long time, the 50s, yeah, that would have scored you 15 points. The presenter went on to be Chief Scout. Do you know that?
I would guess John Noakes, surely.
Peter Duncan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Peter Duncan, that would have scored 5. And everyone remembers the elephant, but what's the name of the elephant? It's a pointless answer. So anyone who remembers the name, very well done. Lulu. Lulu the elephant. OK, thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head round is John and Mick, I'm sorry to say. Brilliant low scores all the way up to here. And then a clean sweep from Louise and Karen. I'm afraid flowers and Blue Peter, probably not your ideal categories, I'm going to guess.
Not at all.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to seeing you back then. Thanks so much, John and Mick. But for Louise and Karen, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Louise and Karen. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £9,000. Well, what a pointless career you've had. I mean, amazing. First show you were on, out first round.
I did.
First question you answered, scored 100 points in this one. Actually, second question you answered. I mean, so in the second round as well, there was 100 points there as well. So, yeah, did you think you were going to come this far?
Not at all. No.
I thought when on the next train, it was
Definitely
that was
not.
it.
Well, amazing. Amazing. The cards have just fallen fantastically for you. And what about that for a head-to-head round?
I know.
Great
Flowers,
subjects.
flowers and blue pizza.
You pulled it out the bag, Mum. Definitely.
Very good indeed. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will leave with that £9,000 jackpot. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 5 options. They are country music, chemistry, European authors, the Oscars, sports stars.
Okay.
Well, I know what I'd choose.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
You'd be on your own.
But, exactly. But if you go through the country music, no.
Nah.
European authors,
No.
Oscars.
Oscars. It's got to be chemistry.
Okay, it has to be.
And you're on your own.
Don't do that.
We have to go chemistry, and unfortunately, I'll be Louise's little backup team, but she's going to have to.
Pull it out the bag. Right, Louise, over to you. Chemistry, then. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many elements beginning with the 2 letters of their chemical symbol as they could. Elements beginning with the 2 letters of their chemical symbol. Richard.
Yep, simply looking for the name of any element whose chemical symbol comprises the first 2 letters of that element's name, please. Very, very best of luck.
OK, thanks, Richard. You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £9,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
I have plutonium's PL.
Yeah, so do I. That's the only one I know.
So, plutonium?
Yeah.
Shall I like this unobtainium or something that begins with UN? It's in the bottom part.
Right, say that one then. No, but just go with
Just
whatever
go with the crazy
you,
one,
yeah,
and then-
go with that, whatever they are. It's going to have to be crazy to be pointless.
I'm going to think of another one. So,
Go through your table. Go through your
shall
table.
borons be?
Peel. Is it?
I don't know. That's a possibility. Go through all of them.
Quickly.
Magnesium's MG, it's none of them. Manganese, is that ME?
I don't know. I can't help you with this one. You have to
Okay. So
find it one yourself.
10 seconds left.
And
What was it you? Right, just go through straight, yeah.
OK, you've got
Yeah.
3 answers.
Got 3 answers.
There we are. OK, we were looking for chemical elements whose names begin with the 2 letters of their chemical symbols.
Yeah.
I now need your 3 answers.
We'll go with plutonium,
Plutonium,
unobtainium,
unobtainium,
and boron.
and boron.
Yeah.
Now, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Boron. No, unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
it's
All right,
the
we'll put that last.
Yeah.
Which is your least likely pointless
Plutonium.
answer? Plutonium.
Yeah,
We'll put
yeah,
that one
yeah.
first. OK, we'll just put those up on the board in that order.
All be wrong.
And here they are. We have got plutonium, boron, unobtainium. OK, so we were looking for elements beginning with the 2 letters of their chemical symbol. Plutonium was your first answer, the one you thought was least likely to be pointless.
Yeah.
Now remember, you only have to find one pointless answer to win that £9 grand. Louise, what would you do with £9,000?
I put it towards the wedding. Would half it, obviously. Mum should get more than half because she got mine, isn't Would half it, and half would go towards the wedding fund.
Very good indeed. Karen, how about you?
Oh, I'm desperate for a new bathroom. I've got brick wall at the minute, so that would come in really handy.
Very good indeed. OK, well, let's hope one of these 3 answers will go towards the wedding and help you towards a new bathroom.
Yes.
Plutonium is the first answer. This for £9,000. Has to be right, has to be pointless. How many people said plutonium? Unfortunately, not a pointless answer, not a correct answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. We're looking for elements that begin with the 2 letters of their chemical symbol. OK, let's hope nobody said your next answer, boron. Has to be correct, has to be pointless. If it's both of those things, you leave here with £9,000. Let's see. How many people said boron? Oh, bad luck. Okay, everything now is riding on your last answer. Only one more chance to win the jackpot. We're looking for elements beginning with the 2 letters of their chemical symbol. Your third and final answer was unobtainium. You said this was your most confident shot at a pointless answer.
At any answer would be good.
Okay, well, there's nothing to say. You might have been very close with those. You might have been very close with those. Unobtainium might be a correct answer. If it's correct, who's to say it won't go all the way down to 0? Very, very best of luck. To win the jackpot of £9,000, it has to be pointless. Let's find out. Unobtainium. How many people said it? Is it right? Oh, bad luck, bad luck. Well, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, but you still get to take home a pointless trophy each, so very, very well done.
Yeah, sorry, you played very well throughout. Plutonium is PU, I'm afraid. Boron is just B. And unobtainium, which sounds so familiar, I think it sounds so familiar because it's what they're trying to mine in Avatar. That's unobtainium. It is actually, it's a more general catch-all word for things that are very difficult to get hold of, but yeah, it's made famous by Avatar. And if it makes it any better, 2 of 100 people also incorrectly said unobtainium as well, so it's... let's take a look at some pointless answers, though. All sorts of people are very good at these sort of ones. Actinium would have been a pointless answer. Bismuth, cerium. Europium, francium, indium. Nobelium, selenium, thorium. You could also have had erbium, gallium, germanium. You could have had scandium, tellurium. There's lots of pointless answers out there. Unlucky and very well done if you got any of those at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Louise and Karen, but it's been wonderful having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Louise and Karen didn't win our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we will be playing for £10,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.